Hey guys, how's it going? Back out in the woods today. Beautiful spring day. I put a secondary degree bevel on this, about a 1/16 of an inch wide at about a 23-degree angle. I'm going to put it through its paces and see how the steel holds up. I'll get with you guys in a second. Let's get chopping.
Alright, so far so good. I'm switching to my left side here to practice chopping on my offhand. I do quite a bit more of this later on. Right here I'm just taking it easy. So far no issues with the steel. And it's limbing quite well, which is what I had hoped for. You can see here that I chose to use a combination of the two chopping styles. On my strong side I'm swinging over my shoulder, and on my weak side there, directly above my head, coming down at a 45. You might be tempted to leave this right here, but don't. A nice clean V-notch will make it much easier to split on the ground later.
Well, so far so good. I bucked up the rest of that log that you saw there, and so far no problems. The steel seems to be holding up just fine. No rolling or chipping. And while I got the time, I brought a axe puck out with me just in case the edge did roll. I'll do a review on this later. This is the Grand Fours axe puck, but in short, it's a good puck. Way overpriced, but what are you gonna do? I do like the little rubber case that it comes in because you can fit a little water in there. I have it soaking. So I'm just gonna clean up the file marks out here while I got the time. So sit back and enjoy, and I'll get with you guys in a minute. I'm not looking to get all the scratches out, just clean it up a little bit. And just to be clear, I'm not working on that secondary bevel at all. Just that initial chisel grind. You can really see that secondary bevel now that I polished those file marks out.
Alright, now time for the main event. I'm about to fall this tree right here, and it really is important that you make sure that you clean the area around. Pick a escape route in case things go badly. I would recommend when falling with an axe to always fall in the direction of the lean. And just take your time, you don't need to swing for the fences here. You can see I'm about 1/3 of the way through with my undercut, and if I were going to cut the back cut with a saw and bang it over with wedges, I would have stopped there. But with an axe I tend to go about half of the way through before flipping around and making my back cut. So I'm just widening the notch, removing some more chips, and it really is important when making your face cut to clean it up as best as possible. You don't want any Dutchmans or loose chips, so I'm just taking my time and making a nice clean undercut. Hang on, I'll bring you guys in for a closer look. It's certainly not the neatest notch I've ever made, but that'll do, pig. That'll do. I'm not just posing here for the camera. This really does help you determine the lay of the tree. I want to open up the back cut about an inch or so higher than the undercut in order to maintain a kickback plate so that the tree doesn't shoot back in my direction. With each blow now, I'm starting to glance up at the top of the tree to see if it's moving at all. And I can see it's starting to creep forward. And these last few blows are not superfluous. I want it to remove more hinge wood on that side so as to guide the tree. And timber! Time for more limbing. I limb here all on my left side, mostly. We'll call this ambidextrous chopping. I don't know if you guys have these. We call them monkey vines. They're a parasite that grows out of the ground and will wind its way up into the treetop and drag the trees down to the forest floor. I was actually a little concerned when falling this one. That's why I removed so much of the hinge wood at the last minute there to pull the tree in the other direction. When chopping on your offhand like this, you really got to be extra careful. You're obviously not going to be as accurate, so I would recommend not swinging quite so hard. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? This is a good axe now. I'm sure it'll be in my rotation of work axes. I plan on using it a bit more before I give the final verdict, but she's a good chopper.